Have you ever walked through a quiet forest? The air is cool, the sunlight filters through the leaves, and every step feels like entering a world untouched by time. It's easy to think of forests as peaceful, almost silent places, where the only sounds are your footsteps and the occasional call of a distant bird. But if you pause for a moment and imagine what's happening beneath your feet, you'll realize that the forest is anything but still. Under the surface, a hidden world is alive with conversation, bustling with activity that we rarely notice. Sure, birds sing overhead and the wind rustles the leaves, but the real action, the most fascinating drama, unfolds underground, where roots and fungi weave a complex web of life. Plants are talking, not with words or sounds, but through a secret language in their roots. This language is made up of chemical signals, electrical impulses, and even the help of friendly fungi. This language forms a network of hidden messages, warnings, and acts of kindness. Roots reach out, touch, and communicate, sharing information about water, nutrients, and even threats like pests or disease. Imagine trees as villagers in a bustling town. They have families, friends, and even rivals. Some trees nurture their young, while others send out warnings to neighbors when danger is near. They help each other grow, and sometimes they even compete for resources. The forest is a true community, not just a random collection of trees. Each plant, from the tallest oak to the tiniest wildflower, plays a role in this living network. Through their roots, they share information and food, warn each other of danger, and support one another in times of need. It's a system built on cooperation, but also on competition and survival. All of this happens through a vast, invisible network under the ground, a secret telephone system for plants, where messages travel from one root to another, sometimes with the help of fungi called mycorrhizae. Nearly every plant in the forest is connected, forming a web of life that is stronger and more resilient than any single tree could ever be on its own. This network helps the entire forest survive droughts, disease, and even human interference. And this communication isn't limited to ancient forests. It happens in gardens, city parks, and even in the pots on your windowsill. Wherever plants grow together, they're talking, sharing, and cooperating. Your tomato plants might be talking to your basil, your roses helping smaller flowers nearby. Even in the smallest garden, plants are constantly exchanging information and resources, creating a miniature version of the forest's underground network. Understanding this secret language changes how we see plants. They're not just silent and green, but intelligent social beings, capable of learning, remembering, and adapting to their environment in ways we're only beginning to understand. Plants cooperate and compete, sense and respond to the world around them, and even form alliances with fungi and bacteria to survive. Their world is dynamic, responsive, and full of surprises. In this video, we'll explore this hidden world beneath our feet. We'll uncover the mysteries of plant communication and see how these underground networks shape the life above. We'll journey underground to discover how plant roots send messages, share food, and protect each other from harm. You'll learn how these connections make forests and gardens more resilient and vibrant. By the end, you'll see the forest as a living superorganism, thriving on connection, cooperation, and the remarkable intelligence of plants. So, let's dig in together and uncover the secrets beneath our feet, discovering a world where every root has a story to tell and every plant is part of a much bigger conversation. How do plants talk across long distances? It might sound impossible, but plants have developed a remarkable way to communicate, share resources, and even warn each other of danger, all without moving an inch. Hidden beneath our feet, there's a secret network that connects nearly every plant in a forest, allowing them to talk in ways we're only just beginning to understand. They use a helper, fungus. This partnership is ancient, stretching back hundreds of millions of years. The fungi form close relationships with plant roots, creating a vast underground web that links plants together. Not the mushrooms you see above ground, but tiny, thread-like structures called mycelium. These delicate filaments weave through the soil, branching out in every direction, searching for new roots to connect with and new nutrients to gather. These mycelium threads act like fiber optic cables, linking plant roots together and forming what scientists call the wood wide web, the plant internet. Through this network, plants can send messages and resources to one another, creating a hidden world of communication. Plants and fungi are true partners. Plants provide the fungi with sugars made from sunlight, while the fungi return the favor by delivering water and essential minerals from deep in the soil. This exchange is vital for the health of both partners. The network is astonishingly dense. Just a handful of healthy soil can contain miles of these fungal threads. This means entire plant communities, from towering trees to tiny seedlings, are all connected in a living web. A single tree can link to hundreds of others, creating a massive living system that stretches across the forest floor. These connections help plants survive, grow, and thrive together, rather than compete alone. Information and resources travel quickly through this underground web. Nutrients, water, and even chemical signals can move from one plant to another, sometimes in just minutes. Think of it as a busy marketplace beneath the soil. Plants trade sugars, fungi trade minerals, and both share information about their environment. This constant exchange keeps the entire ecosystem healthy and balanced. When one plant is under attack by pests or disease, it can send a warning signal through the wood wide web. Neighboring plants pick up the message and can boost their own defenses, preparing for trouble before it arrives. This fungal network is the key to the social life of plants, turning a group of individual trees into a true forest community, one that shares, communicates, and looks out for its own. Plants don't have mouths, so they use chemical signals to communicate. Roots release special molecules into the soil. Other plants detect and interpret these signals. Each chemical message has meaning: I'm a friend, danger nearby, or I need help. Signals travel directly through soil or quickly along the fungal network. Roots can recognize family members. Mother trees support their seedlings, sharing nutrients and space. But communication isn't always friendly. Plants can release chemicals to slow down competitors. This underground conversation, cooperative and competitive, shapes the entire plant community above ground. Plants warn each other of danger in remarkable ways, using a hidden language that scientists are only beginning to understand. Though they appear silent and still, plants are constantly communicating with one another, sharing vital information about threats in their environment. For example, when a giraffe munches on the leaves of an acacia tree, the tree quickly pumps bitter chemicals into its leaves, making them taste unpleasant. At the same time, it releases a special warning gas into the air, alerting other trees nearby. These neighboring trees smell the airborne alarm and immediately start producing their own chemical defenses, even before the giraffe reaches them. This early warning system helps them avoid being eaten. But the plant warning system doesn't stop above ground. For plants that are farther away, messages travel underground. Through a vast network of roots and helpful fungi, plants send electrical and chemical signals beneath the soil. If a plant is attacked by insects, it can send out distress signals through this underground wood-wide web, alerting its neighbors to prepare for an incoming threat. Neighboring plants respond by boosting their own defenses, making their leaves tougher, producing chemicals that taste bad, or even attracting helpful insects like ladybugs to eat the pests. Plants can also warn each other about more than just hungry animals. They share alerts about disease outbreaks or drought conditions, triggering changes that help the whole community survive tough times. By sharing information through both air and soil, plants create a network of support. This hidden communication makes the entire plant community stronger, safer, and more resilient against whatever dangers may come their way. The Wood Wide Web is also a food delivery service. Thriving plants share extra sugar with struggling neighbors, especially young seedlings in the shade. Big trees act like parents, sending food to help the next generation grow. Different species share too. A birch might help a fir in summer, and the fir returns the favor in cooler months. Water and nutrients are also shared. Deep-rooted trees help neighbors during drought. This underground supermarket shows that cooperation is as vital as competition in nature. By sharing resources, plants create a stronger, more resilient community. Some trees are more important than others. These are the mother trees or hub trees. They're the heart of the forest's network, connected to hundreds of other trees. Mother trees nurture their seedlings, sending nutrients and creating better conditions for growth. They're also the main hubs for warning signals, quickly spreading alarms throughout the forest. When a mother tree dies, it shares its stored resources with the community, a final act of generosity. The loss of a mother tree can weaken the entire network, showing how vital these elders are to forest health. This underground communication happens in your garden too. Companion planting, like tomatoes with basil or marigolds among vegetables, creates small plant communities. The Three Sisters method, corn, beans, squash, is a classic example. Each plant supports the others above and below ground. Roots and fungi form shared networks, exchanging nutrients and signals. Marigolds release chemicals that protect neighbors from pests. By understanding and encouraging these connections, we can create healthier, more resilient gardens. Understanding plant communication is crucial for our planet's health. Forests are the lungs of the earth, and their resilience depends on these underground networks. Human activities, clear-cutting, plowing, chemicals, can destroy these vital connections. Isolated trees are more vulnerable to disease and drought. Sustainable forestry and farming protect these networks, making ecosystems stronger. By mimicking nature's diversity and cooperation, we can safeguard biodiversity, food security, and climate stability. Discovering this secret world changes how we see plants. They're not just resources, but communities built on cooperation and support. Forests teach us the power of connection. Sharing makes everyone stronger. Mother trees invest in the future, reminding us to think long-term. Our actions today shape the world for generations to come. By respecting and learning from nature, we become better stewards of the earth. Next time you walk in a forest or garden, remember, the trees are talking. It's time for us to listen.